Yeah, welcome to another edition of today's podcast, dear podcast, where we talk about finance. Oh, I know you miss me a lot, and I miss you too. I saw a lot of comment from you guys. You drop a lot of comment on Go Bremon, and don't worry. Today I have a lot of package for you, and I know you cannot just wait for it. So today we're going to be talking about something very important, something very unique, and I have my brother with me, my friend. We are here together. But before we go, don't forget that money is very important. And I always say something that a little lake actually sink a great ship. So, and that's why I always tell you that the way you manage your money really matters in life. You can be any big, but mismanagement can actually cause a lot of brokenness or what you call broke in Nigeria context. So today we are going to be talking about common mistake you can make in handling money. And I have my friend with me, like I said. Uh, please kindly you introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Okwemi Olutayo. Alex, it's nice to be here once again. Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon.
Yeah, so you can see that's mine. So last week we brought somebody great, and you can see today we are bringing another person that is very eloquent when it comes about finance. And when you talk about finance, is one department of human life that you have to take seriously. Once you are not taking it seriously, it can actually ruin you, no matter how much you are making. Hope I'm right, right?
Yes, yes,
So,
yes, yes.
today, like I said, we will be talking about common mistakes people make with money. I think
Mm,
that's a deep stuff. So, but this I would like us to do it. I would like us to do it this way. Like let's first break it down. We double down from mistakes, then we start highlighting. So even if we cannot finish it today, I trust my producer. We are going to have another edition next week. You get so let's start. So what are the things? What are the mistakes people make? Don't let us talk about here generally. Now, what are the mistakes people make generally when it comes to money, handling money?
all right. Thank you, Alex. The conversation, I'm trying to make sure that, like you said, we break it down into bits by bits, not just to rush it over. We can just start picking things from here, and before you know it,
We have a
is
compilation
we
of
have a
something here.
compilation of. So I just wanted to, start with, what is even money?
Mm.
You know, what do you term as mistake?
As mistake,
All
yes.
right. I think if we start the conversation from there, to a layman, you will see what you've been doing right. You will see what you've been doing wrong. It's all about knowledge. It's all about understanding these key things that are now combines together to form a whole lot of thoughts and give you a better perspective. So once again, thank you, Alex, for having me here. Okay, to start with, I would like to define what money is. Just one or two definitions, and I'm good to go with that. Number one, I want to define money as a currency for exchange. All right, a currency for exchange, and you have to really know that money follows value, right? Uh, take for instance, let me give you a practical example of that. Take for instance, if you say you want to sell to me maybe this mic with you, before I can have it, I need to also give you something. That's exchange, right? So is you selling to me, is me giving you something to have what you really own. Okay. So once you understand that, in commerce, if you understand the law of exchange, then you understand what money is. Money is
Mm.
just a law, it's an exchange. All right. You give me, then I take from you, I give you another thing back. Okay? So basically, that's what money is. Then what do we now define to be mistake when you are
Mistake,
talking
yeah.
about money? The first mistake you're going to be doing in terms of this is definition, not really me listing the mistakes
Yes.
now. Mistake could be that what you don't know. Mistake could be
Mm.
what you don't know.
Mm.
So I made this mistake because I don't know. But of course, in the face of law,
There's no mistake.
there's no mistake. All
Wow.
right. So when you are talking about money, is a general law that what we must spend to get something or to buy something is money, is what we've agreed on. We now make a paper, make it, this is the country's blah 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 and all of that. So we've agreed that this is what we are going to be spending as the currency. But however, when you define, um, when you come to the face of the law, you don't say I don't know. Is not acceptable. This is where I'm going to, Alex. That if I come to your store to say, give me that, and you are not giving me money, you are not giving me value, and you are just picking that thing, you know, the law enforces that you are punished, because that's
Mm-hmm.
what we call robbery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, I haven't defined, what mistake is. Mistake is that we now making money is what I now want to combine together. Okay, mistake will happen because you don't know. Mistake will also happen because of error, all right, or oversight. So those are the things I really want to run with in this session of this podcast with us. So having to combine the two means that the mistakes we make when we are talking about money, when we are, relating with money, they are quite enormous. And I
Mm.
believe is because we don't know, like I've defined.
Mm.
Do you now understand
Mm.
it? All right. One of it, I'll just list, some that are very cogent. Number one is
Sorry. Before
okay,
you start
okay.
listening, so our audience, so our guest is about listening and listing the point as. But in case you have any question, please start dropping your questions in the comment section. Make sure you ask your question or anything you want to ask. So we have a session where we're going to answer your question. Even if you cannot answer, definitely we'll send you a reply through our social media. So you can go.
Thank you, Alex. So I was just about, listing the common mistakes that we make with money. Number one, we believe that let me just work and, let me have the money. Whereas number one is you are not thinking of investing the money. Number two is we don't think multiple stream of income.
Mm.
Mary, please pause. I'll take it from number two. Just so number two is we don't think multiple stream of income. Alex, in the world of today, I'm still going to I'm just going to list this, then
We'll
I'll
run
start
over
explaining.
it again. Yeah.
In the world of today, you are not going to be doing yourself good if you are not thinking multiple stream of income without clashing it with your main stream.
It's
Is
true.
very important, because some of us we are even doing multiple stream of income, but it's clashing with our main income.
That's knowledge.
You understand? So
That's
we are still
knowledge.
going to. So it's two things there. Number one, you first have to be thinking multiple stream. Then number two, you have to also start putting structure in place so that it will not clash with your main work. Now, number three, you will be talking about bad debt.
Mm.
Bad debt. Here we'll be talking about loans. We'll be talking about how to approach it. We'll be talking about is loan even good? Do you understand?
Or is it even good for the business you
Is it
want to
even
run?
good for the
Or
business that
what's
you
the
want? You
reason?
understand? What's
Yeah.
the reason? Do you really need loan and all of that? So that is number three. Bad debt. Bad debt is really, really important that we talk about it. And then number four, then I will now be talking about not just stream of income alone. I will now be talking about passive income.
Passive income.
You understand that you might not be doing anything and your money is working for you, making your money to work for you.
Mm.
You understand? All right. So these are the few things I'll be running through. All right. So if that's fine, Alex, then I'll now start,
You can go
explaining.
on. You can go.
Thank you. So number one, I would like to start this conversation from that position of, are you working? Because if the mistake you are going to be making with money first is you are not working to earn. You understand? You are not working to earn. Like you don't have something that you are
It's something
doing.
you're doing.
Is a mistake. Money does not answer to that. Money answer to guys who are working. Do you understand?
Mm.
Take for instance, I'm going to be citing two examples. So take for instance, you have a young guy who is just in the university, they are sending money to him from home. This guy calls home in the next 2 weeks. He calls home, he says he's broke.
Mm.
Whereas he has another person in the university, and this person, collects the same amount from. And before you know it, this guy is not calling home. Then you have to now start checking what's the difference between these two guys. You will find out that the other guy, you know, who is always calling home after
Mm.
2 weeks, doesn't know how money works, doesn't know how to manage money,
Mhm.
squanders money. I'll
Mm.
give you an example of this first guy. He doesn't know how money works. He doesn't know how to manage money, then he squanders money. Take for instance, the first guy now will be example of number one, how do I approach money when I have it?
Mm. What
Do
do
you
you do with
understand?
the money
What do you do with the
when you
money?
have money?
You also have to trace what he's spending his money on. Going deep down, you start to now understand that how does he even squander his money? You'll find out that maybe he's into Bet Nigeria, he's into Ponzi scheme, he's into, oh, I have this urgent 10K. Let me quickly buy something to fill my stomach. Is always about consumption, consumption,
Mm.
consumption. And when he even thinks of doubling the money or trying to do something meaningful in his own time with the money, is either is about Ponzi scheme. So he's
Mm.
online, placing a bet. And these guys will tell you gamble responsibly. But
Simple English.
in simple English, but he's not thinking beyond, Ponzi scheme, gambling. Do you understand? This second guy that is in the university, they gave him money. He knows the family is coming from. So maybe they gave him 10,000 naira. Before you know it, he's not calling home like the first guy. Then what is the ideology that this second guy has? You also have to now do your research. And one of the things I found out in this second guy is that he places priority on how he spends his money.
Mm.
He zeroes down on number one, what are the things that are my priority for me to buy? Okay, maybe a handout, maybe a particular course,
Mm.
maybe, in fact, he has things to repair, maybe
Mm.
his laptop. He keeps postponing.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps postponing and saying, no, I can still manage. I can
Mm-hmm.
still manage. Unlike this guy, he can do data of 10 gig right there
Mm.
and he's spending his time on TikTok just consuming without even thinking of
Even by, yeah.
productivity. Do you understand? So going back to my first point, the first common mistake that we make is basically that we don't even have guys who are thinking about working and they are just dreaming of the money. I don't want to say laziness. I want to say you are not self-motivated. You are not seeing yourself making money. Do you understand? Us, of course, it comes with laziness. It comes with, being lackadaisical, your approach towards life and all of that. But to zero it down, I want to first begin my conversation from the position of, are you seeing yourself working? Some believe in, let them give me the money. Might just see one uncle, maybe just they dash me money.
Mm.
Might just say, life is not like that. These are the very foundation of the mistakes that we do. You are not seeing work. You are not seeing yourself embracing work. That's my emphasis. You have to think, okay, before you even start asking yourself, what work can I do? Have you embraced the ideology of work? That work is not something hard. People who are working, they don't love their work. Some of them just are just even working because
Mm.
they just
Have
let me
to.
put food on the table. Do you
Yes.
understand? We'll
Mm-hmm.
get to that. This conversation is split into many ways. But the first problem I have is when you are not thinking about work.
Mm.
Anytime I wake up in the morning and I know that, see, hey, promotion does not come from the east, does not come from the west, does not come from the south, it comes from the Lord. Then, if you are thinking about that, then you'll be thinking about, hey, I have to do something.
Mm.
My hands cannot be idle. Do you understand? My hands cannot be idle. You keep reminding yourself, what can I do? It is where you now start to look into, what can I do? Do you understand? So that's my first point. Haven't laid this foundation?
But sorry, before you proceed, I
Uh,
want to ask so that we can get it clear because of our audience. Is there, do we, or let me ask in this way, not from ignorance, maybe because of people looking at us, like, do we have people who don't want to work? Like, we have some people like they don't have the work. If they have the
yeah,
work,
yeah,
they will do it.
yeah.
But do we have some people that I just don't want to work? I just want to, I just want to be like that. Money should just come.
For
In
a
your own experience, do you
for
have?
a fat Alex, outrightly, I'll tell you we have in my research. I'm not just talking, because I wanted to talk. For a fact, settle it with yourself. We have people, and when you go to each family in this country, you can pick people like that. You can even pick regions in this country. This region, this region, this region, for the honor of these things, I'll not mention, right?
Yeah.
But, check your statistics. This region, you see laziness, you see their men are not serious, you see, and all of that. And it is just like that at times, in Africa, that you come to Africa. Of course, Africa too is not lazy. When you see people working, you know that these guys are working and all
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But deep down, when you still go down, you know that this is not fair. This, you are not doing anything. Do you understand? So I want us to, not even go back and forth on that. We have people who have not really embraced the
Mm.
ideology of work. All right. So that all they know is about rest. Let me just enjoy my life. Let me chop my life and all of that. So that's that about that. Then coming to, you know, now work itself. You start to ask yourself, what can I do? These things are step by step. When you now embrace work, you now start thinking about the work. The work is now giving you money. You start thinking about saving it.
Mhm.
You start thinking about not just saving it, align the saving to work for you. Do you understand? If
Mhm.
that's where I'm going to, just an overview of everything. Now, having embraced the work, you now start to say, what can I do? That's where skill comes in.
Mm.
That's where skills comes in. What do I love that I can train myself towards? Take for instance, in our own age and this time now, I don't believe anybody should be thinking outside the age to come. I mean, the social media is here already, but you have to train yourself. The what you do now, even if it is physical, what you do, how can you blend it to the digital age? You now have to start embracing the skill that will make your work to be visible
Mm.
today,
It is required for your
that
visibility.
is required for your visibility. So I'm thinking about what can I do. So somebody comes up with an idea of, oh, I think I can start, making shoe, being a cobbler, right? Now, how do you now say being a cobbler? How do you make it into something that is acceptable to the world? You've trained yourself like your raw talent. I can make this thing. Now start thinking about the machine side of it again. Do you understand? Not
Yeah.
just how many shoes am I going to make
Mhm.
in a month for me to have this also
Amount of money.
amount of money. That's number one. Then, if you are thinking about myself alone, you also be shortchanging yourself. You have to think about the global side of what you are doing. I know you can start small, and that's practical. You have to start small. However, what are the things that you can do, really do, to make that your small work go global? You have to start thinking machine. And if you are thinking about these things truly, truly, you know that every day you have to wake up and get to work. You have to give yourself vision. You have to self motivate yourself. Jump up on your feet and embrace, I want to say your calling, right? And embrace, yourself. Have you seen yourself big? Do you understand? Now, let me even bring it to what people can relate with and they have not really appreciated, over the time. Sorry that I'm using common examples. I'm using it because I want our audience, somebody who is listening to to come to terms with this thing. Take for instance, I was thinking about a bike guy one day in my street, right? How much are they? How much are they taking a drop? 300 naira. Then I'm now thinking for the guy who is doing the bike. I'm saying, okay, if this guy can lay a good foundation of, okay, I have my own bike. How many 300 naira per day? Set a target of, okay, 20,000 naira per day, right? In a month, let's say 200,000 naira. So in a year, your goal should be to buy another bike. You understand? So I haven't bought another bike or upgrade to buying a keke, right? Tricycle. Give it to another person. Let them start driving for you. In 5 years, I'm seeing you having two buses. Two buses. In 10 years, if you do really well, sit down with yourself, make a business around it. They are delivering to you and all of that. Go for the business side of that, not just that I'm driving it. Go and learn the business side. That's the skill I'm talking about. The business side of transportation. How can I not be shortchanged? Because you just give people keke and they are giving you a headache. Do you understand? It's because you don't understand the business side. Put a system around that thing that can make your business thrive and trust God to grow it. Do you understand? In 10 years, you are thinking about investors pulling the resources into it. I haven't seen that, oh, I built these things from the scratch. I now have two bosses. And I'm trusting God for investors to 10 bosses. That place becoming like a park. You are now owning your own park. Different, do you understand? Commercial space. That's how to think. But if you are not even thinking about what can I do? Somebody is saying, I'm a graduate. I've seen graduates, sir, frying akara.
A lot of them in this country. Yeah.
Do you understand, Mr. Alex? I've seen graduates frying akara. And if you are thinking about your ego, you are not going to get up and walk. What is wrong with selling akara? Are you thinking about the business side of that akara? Okay, start with, what's it called now? A bucket of beans. Okay, I'm going to sell this bucket of beans, make it into akara. I'm going to sell it today. In a month, maybe you are talking about, let's even start with one bag of beans. I'm going to make this one bag of beans into akara in this month. I'm going to sell it. You know how much a bag of beans is? Now convert it to making it into akara and see what you sold for that month. Now start thinking about centers. Center 1 here, center 2 here, center 3 here. Make it into something that akara more. Package it. See people start coming to you that they've already fried this akara. Start supplying them to go and resell in another place. You've mastered the business side. You've employed people to come and start baking this akara for you and making it for you. Now start monitoring as the manager. That's the business side. Not just that you are always going to be there making that car for life. No. So don't forget where we started from. If you have not embraced the idea of work,
Work. Hmm.
you cannot see what you can do from that position that you are. And now, if you even embrace the idea of work, you have got to start thinking of the skillful side of the work. Combine it now with the business side of the world, and that's it. There is nothing you cannot prosper from. There is nothing.
You cash up without work, there's nothing you
There is
cannot.
nothing you cannot prosper from.
Wow, that's the.
And that's the truth. Set your mind to it. Oh, this thing, okay, if it is photography, it starts with me even learning to carry the camera, follow somebody outside there like a boss, embrace the boss, do pick knowledge, pick skills, start trusting God, friends and family sending you money, buy your own first camera. Before you know, you start getting job. Before you know, you own a studio. Before you know it, you own different studios each, everywhere. And before you know it, you become like a mega person that you are even accepting invitation, travel out. There is nothing you cannot prosper from. But we have to start from embracing the idea of work.
Hmm.
And that's the problem I foresee in the youth. If you have embraced the idea of work, it will shoot you to how can I start, making money. Then you think about what you can do. What you can do, think about the skill that you can develop from it. What you can haven't gotten the skill, set yourself up, the business side of it, and you see yourself prospering. That's number one. Number two now, haven't started making money, you've embraced work. Now, I see people not saving, Mr. Alex.
Hmm.
It's the principle of the universe. There is something we call the seed time and the harvest time. You have planted your seed, you've embraced work, you start doing work. Now there's the harvest, there is the money, there is the resources coming to you. From the harvest, you should be able to separate what you are going to plant for next year as a farmer. Do you understand? I planted maize. Oh, no, not even planted maize. Remember where we started from. I asked myself, what can I do? So I think I thought of being a farmer. So I went to the market to buy a seed. They sold corn seed to me. I planted it. I did all of those labors. Now I have an harvest. I shouldn't eat all my harvest. If you see it like that, you are going to start saving from the little that you have. Call yourself from this return, how can I save towards the next year? And it's just as simple as that, as simple as making 100,000 naira. I know your problem is much that you cannot save, but it's a lie. If it is 5,000 naira, save it.
Save.
Let's say your transport took 40,000 naira for the month. Let's say after the whole month, you have 60,000 naira to yourself. Your family, you give them maybe 50,000 naira. Now you are left with 10,000 naira, right? Maybe you pocketed 5,000 naira for running expenses, right? The 5,000 naira, let it go to your savings. Okay, for this month, I have 5,000 naira. Savings are what will save you in the coming days, right? So you should have something to run to. No, the first call you should make to people is not running to your uncle, is not running to your brother, is running to your savings and say, oh, I think I have something somewhere. The first thing we think about is, where have I kept my resources? Where have I saved my resources? That's where you should first run to, not people first. It is when your resources have not been able to now cater for that situation. That's when you now say, and for me, that I understood this principle, I will not ask you, if you are the one coming to me to come and ask me something, I'll now ask you. I say, how much do you have?
Mm.
You, because you are giving me a quote of this situation, I think is the situation of 1 million. I'm asking you how much do you have in 1 million? You are not telling me nothing. It's emergency. 1 million is not emergency, sir. Do you understand what I'm saying? You should be able to tell me, Egbon, I know I've not been able to raise much, but I have about 400,000. Oh, it shows seriousness. It shows that this person truly is thinking about himself and is driving himself. But you are telling me you have zero capital for what you are bringing to me.
Mm.
How am I going to sponsor all of that? Even if I have the money, I want to see that you are really, really driven by what you are saying you are presenting to me. Do you understand?
Mhm.
So that's how to
Hmm.
approach it.
That's so we're going to move for very soon. Our audience, we are running deep into this conversation, and I know that you are actually enjoying it. Don't worry. If we cannot run through all the points we highlighted, we're going to definitely continue in our next podcast. So what I just wanted to do for me is that just go to Go Premium right now. Just go and download Go Premium because he just mentioned about series now. So Go Premium is about it's one of the best apps that you can actually use to send money and receive money beyond Africa, and you can actually use it to save or track your spendings. You understand? You just don't have to spend or eat all your seed like our guest speaker actually. So we have a few minutes to wrap up this program. So I just wanted to talk about little things more so that next week you're still going to be our guest, God's willing. So to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Because of our time being spent, I just wanted to, say this, that see, remind yourself that I have to give myself the future that I deserve. Every man for himself. Before I start thinking of people to help me, which I really do a lot because of the things I want to do in my life. Who are the investors that can invest into this? But before you even start thinking about investors, think about how can I invest myself into myself.
Mm.
Do you understand
Mm,
that?
yeah.
How can I really help myself? It's not to say that a man will be self-sufficient in himself. It's to say I'll give myself the best first. I'm going to push myself beyond limits first. I'm going to see that I am just there for myself. Don't give up. Don't push yourself, expand, grow, manage yourself. Ask yourself questions. How can I improve? How can I be of use to myself? And like I said, you have to start embracing, the difficult aspect of life. You have to work,
Mm.
you have to grow, you have to do all of those things. So, just to wrap it up, since our time is fast spent, is to say to you that don't eat your seed.
Mm.
And there are platforms that you can save.
Save your money, yeah.
You understand? I was going to talk about saving and I was going to talk about investment.
Don't worry, next week
Do you understand?
you're
Thank you
gonna
so
have a
much.
lot of time to talk about savings and all that thing. But the word for you is that don't eat all your seed. No, plan, save, invest. So many things to talk about when we come back on another edition next week Friday. But I want to say thank you to my producer, which is the person of Sam Kuye, and also my camera woman. I want to say camera man. So my camera woman, that's Mary Adejuma. God bless Go Free. This podcast is proudly sponsored by Go Free. You know Go Free? Yeah, I know you know that. You can go and check it out. Download Go Free app on your Play Store, Google Play Store, and just enjoy the seamless transaction everywhere. So my team leaders, that's Dr. Ferrami. God bless all of you. So I'll be saying it goodbye, but like I always say, it's not goodbye. We always say see you again.
Thank you guys. Bye.